There are some normal things that I miss about South Africa. However, there are some unconventional and, dare I say it, crazy things that I miss about my home country. I'm talking about things that a lot of people would look at me and think, why would you even miss that? But I do. And if you are a South African abroad and you are watching this video, you will probably miss these things too. So here are some crazy things that I miss about living in South Africa.
Plastic!
No plastic.
Plastic!
I did say no plastic.
In Korea, you could be buying a million things while having a million people standing behind you waiting to pay for their million things and still have the huge responsibility of packing your million things by yourself fast enough in order to avoid annoying the million people standing behind you waiting to pay for their million things. I miss till packers so much. And I also miss paying 50 cents for a plastic bag because, these plastics are so expensive.
The taxes. You know, the Weinberg, you mustn't push.
Before I left South Africa, I used to live in Port Elizabeth. And I've never had a car, so I used to take taxis to work. And by taxis, I don't mean this taxi. This is not a taxi in South Africa. This is a cab. I'm talking about this taxi. My favorite taxi rides were the taxis from the Port Elizabeth townships. In those taxis, there almost always was someone who was a comedian or a storyteller. Someone who probably doesn't even know a single person in that taxi, but will make the ride so fun and entertaining for everyone. In Korea, you can't even have a conversation with one other person in a bus or a subway because people will look at you like you are disturbing their peace. Now imagine walking into a bus and just having one big conversation where everyone is somewhat involved. Man, that would be a dream. I'm not talking about the disgusting, degrading, and sexually objectifying catcalling we experience on South African streets. I'm talking about the good old courting, when a guy sees you, compliments you, and then proceeds to ask for your number. Here, they only ever do that after a couple of drinks, and that is usually because they want to take you home for the night. Beyond that, dating in Korea is just, it's just don't do it. It's so frustrating. I miss waking up and going outside to meet the sun while watching my neighbors from a distance. In fact, I actually also miss knowing who my neighbors are. You know, that sense of community. I miss being greeted by the sun, nature, and fresh air every single time I go outside. Because right now, when I do go outside, I am greeted by a wall, and then I proceed to walk in dark places. And I mean very, very dark places. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next week.